as a secret at the end. So if you could imagine in your mind's eye, a long time ago, under a piercing hot tropical sun, a pretty young woman in a white linen blouse stepping up the metal stairs of a Pan Am aircraft. Clutching her hand behind her is a small child with patent leather shoes and a large rumpled bag, paper bag, that might hold penny candy. They had no luggage, none was allowed. There were no possessions, no jewelry, no family, no friends that could go with you. Just yourself and the clothes on your back. As they climbed the top of the stairs, a soldier noted a small gold cross around the little girl's neck. He proceeded to try to take it off the little girl, and the young woman stopped her, bent down, unclasped the chain, and put both the cross and the chain in the soldier's palm. Walked into the plane, and after what seemed like an eternity, they reached their destination, and that was New York City, New York. And thus began the journey of my mother and I to search for the American dream. My mother was born in a small farming community about 20 miles from Madrid, Spain. And she and her family knew the extreme poverty and loss that was suffered during the Spanish Civil War. 6 brothers and her father perished in that war. And she knew that she needed to make a better life for herself. So her dream was to get to America, to experience that dream. She met and married my father, a merchant marine, who promised to send her a visa so that she could join him in America. Eventually that visa did come, and 6 months pregnant, she boarded a plane from Spain to New York. En route to New York, she stopped in Havana, Cuba, experienced complications with her pregnancy, and I was born at 6 months. So now we have 2 people in one visa. And so, waiting for the second visa, not hearing from her husband in America, my mother felt deserted, alone, and she decided to make the best of what she had. So she started working in Havana. She danced flamenco in a local hotel. We rented a flat from 2 spinster sisters who took care of me like a little princess. And things were going along. And the American dream might have stopped had not Fidel Castro's troops paraded through the city one summer day. Now, the United States was still siding with Fidel at the time, but my mother, having seen the Spanish Civil War and the ravages of communism, knew there was something wrong. The Spinster Sisters were fortunate enough to get that visa for me, and we left Cuba when it was still allowed to do, when we were still allowed to do that. Not everybody was as fortunate. We came to America. What it took for my mother, the courage it took for my mother, as a young woman with a small child, no money, in a strange land, no knowledge of the language, only a small piece of paper with her fellow countryman's name on it that would give us shelter in New York. That courage I will never know. But the hope that was in her eye the day we got off that plane is something that I will carry with me forever. We survived in New York. We even flourished. There were hard times, but there were good times. My mother met my stepdad, a wonderful man. I have my brother, I have my sister. My mother was a nurse's aide for 25 years in New York. I went to Hunter College and majored in English. And the hard times were there, but the opportunities, the sheer opportunities that that country could give us, that the American dream could give us, was available nowhere else but here. And now for the secret. That little bag, that paper bag that that little girl had, myself, was filled with my mother's jewelry. And no one looked in there, and Fidel did not get that. So thank you very much.
Good job, Marie.
Thank you.
Right.